And a good evening to everyone. I want to welcome you guys to the Hive tonight for the SAR Boys Varsity Playoff game against JEC. Huge game tonight. It's the last ever game for Judah Oppenheimer and the boys at this arena.
As well as, all the other seniors that are playing today.
Correct. I'm Mike Agenton. I'm with Adira Orbeck. How you doing tonight, Adira?
Doing well, Micah. What about you?
I'm just happy to be here. Could be one of my last games in the booth. It's been a really wild ride. Should be a big one tonight. Adira, what do you think SAR is going to have to do to pull off this win against JEC?
I think they have all the talent that they need. They have Judah. They have all their other players. I think if they play with confidence and they get off to an early start, then they could win this game. Sometimes they have trouble if they're a little bit more lazy on defense at the beginning, and I think that they have it in them to win this game.
Definitely agreed. I just want to say that anything that comes from Adira's mouth tonight is definitely true. She is the living legend for the Ladies Sting at SAR, two-time champion, MVP of the Yeshiva League. Just an honor to be broadcasting with her. Me, I don't really know anything about the game. I kind of just say what I want.
Actually, they used to call Micah the GOAT when he played basketball for SAR Sting, so we're pretty much with a living legend right now.
All right, so tips coming up soon. We got Amichai Citron at the 5 for SAR, Judah Oppenheimer, Drew Greenbaum, Leo Heller getting the start tonight with Ellie Jesselson, the junior point guard for SAR on the bench. And is that a little tuna I smell? Who's that there?
I think that Aaron Bluestein's on the court, actually.
So SAR controls the jump. Oppie puts it in for 2, and they lead.
We love to see that early start. It's got to be good for the Sting.
JEC, there's 2 kids who really dominate their team. It's the Heller twins.
There are already MVP chants for the Heller. I don't know which one that is.
Probably just both of them, or maybe even Leo Heller. Maybe they're a little confused.
Oh,
strong drive by Heller. Oppie's got it, and SAR is off and running. To Greenbaum in the corner.
Good pass right there. Judah loves to draw the defense in and then pass it back to the middle. It's a great play that he runs right there.
And I think with JEC running a zone tonight, that could definitely be big, moving it around, especially to the middle. As Heller gets to the rack, and we're tied up. I don't know if you noticed, but about 70% of the people here are from JEC. That is a real disaster, a catastrophe, and SAR's got to step up their game in terms of getting fans to these games. I don't know where you guys all are, Sting Nation.
Greenbaum, his kippah fell off, went to the floor. I don't know how I feel about that, Micah.
Yeah, well, I think hopefully God is on our side either way.
I sure hope so.
So, taking it out of the side here, giving it over to Oppenheimer at the top of the key.
We've got the defense chants from the JEC fans. A little overpowering here at the Hive.
Definitely. It kind of feels like we're at an away game as Oppenheimer gets it over to Greenbaum, Citron in the corner. And Greenbaum's got it. They're going pretty slow. I think that's a 2-3 there from JEC, if I can tell correctly.
Beautiful move by Citron. It's hard for them when JEC drives because they're very good at getting their arms a little bit, crazy over there. So it's hard for SAR to defend a little bit because they want to watch out for the fouls.
Definitely. Fouls have been a big issue as number 35, that is Glick, is fouled by Bluestein. Not really feeling the tuna there, but it'll be Glick at the line for 2.
Micah, did you notice this year that SAR switched to no last names on the jerseys? How do you feel about that?
I actually don't think they ever had last names on the jerseys.
Oh, the girls did. Sorry, my bad. Maybe the boys never did.
So the free throw there is good. 4-3 SAR. It's been some fast-paced action. Both teams are in a 2-3 zone, and so far it's been pretty good in the first couple of minutes.
Drew brings up the ball. Oh, Judah.
JEC is playing some kind of 3-quarter press. I'm not sure it's going to be very effective. I'll be honest, as there's an open man, Heller, and he knocks it down
on his first start. Let's go, Heller.
So Heller with a nice 3 from the corner, 7-4 SAR.
We got to get their shooting going early and get them in a groove so that get some big shots up early.
Heller's definitely one of those guys who the lucky 3 from the corner. That's not a 3 in my book. It's still 7-4 in my book. That doesn't count. SAR still leads by 3. Can't blame the defense there. But SAR's offense looks to be in a good place. I don't like this zone for JEC, and they're getting an open guy as Oppie takes the 3 there. Bang! He knocks it down.
They're 2 for 2 right now from the 3. We like to see that.
JEC is going to have to make an adjustment with their press. It's really not working. SAR's gotten open shooters almost every time.
You know, a lot of times teams end up in a box and one against Judah, and I'm curious to see how long it's going to take them to do that this game.
Both these teams are known for their prolific shooting. Neither team are dominated by a big man. They both got big, but really they like to move it around the perimeter, and we've seen that tonight so far.
That was a good word, Micah, prolific.
I'm really been studying for my SATs. Got to take them a few more times.
That's too bad. We don't like to hear that. You know, I heard a rumor you're actually already in college, so it's very interesting that you're taking the SAT again.
Yeah, I'm just a really studious guy. JEC at the line for 2. This will be Heller. Knocks down the first.
No MVP chance this time.
The JEC kids will be chanting for Oppie by the end of this game. Mark my word.
I'll hold you to that, Micah.
Ooh. One of the JEC kids gave Oppie a little disrespect there, but the ref didn't say anything.
We've got some siblings in the house.
As Heller knocks down another
Wow.
3. 3 for 3 on the triple so far. Heller's got 2 threes. Oppie hit a 3. The offense is booming. This defense for JEC is not doing anything. How about the start for SAR offensively?
Forces JC to call a timeout. There's nothing more you could hope for, you know?
This has been huge. How do you think this compares to your girls team, Adira?
You know, actually, we have some really great shooters on our team, so we like to similarly start out with a bang, and, you know, it works for us, so hopefully it'll work for them too.
Yeah, I saw shades of Bella Ingber and Leo Heller triple there.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Gotta love Bella.
So on the timeout here, JC's got to make some kind of defensive adjustment. All good for SAR so far. Their defense could be a little crisper. They let up an easy 3, and they're fouling a little much, but the offense has been great, shooting the ball with confidence. We actually asked Coach Rafi before the game, what's the thing SAR needs to do the most? He said confidence, 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 and we're seeing it. We know Oppie has the confidence, but guys like Heller getting those jumpers, that's huge.
Micah, do you think that the seniors feel a little more pressured tonight because this is their last home game at the Hive after 4 years?
Oh, I think for sure. I think especially knowing that this could be my final game in the booth, I mean, the stakes are just huge.
Do you feel the pressure too?
Yeah, I'm really nervous as Heller! 9 points for Leo Heller tonight. Someone said get Heller in the game. Jesselson is hyped. Maybe a little jealous. I think not.
You know, I think Jesselson just wants what's best for his team. I heard him say that earlier, actually, in the hallway. Overheard.
Wow. Quite the ear you've got as JC passing it around. Getting to the middle.
Oh,
Greenbaum's got it. He'll pull it out.
Wow, that was a nice fake there.
Oppie to Heller in the corner. Oppie going to give it to Bluestein down
No
low.
pass.
Nice pass from Opp.
They're off to a great start in this first quarter.
I don't know if SAR has missed a shot so far.
I think you're right, Micah.
Heller's moving it around. JC's defense has just looked really poor tonight.
You know, JC might have to start shooting a little bit more if they want to close this gap because it's going to start getting away from them if Leo keeps shooting like this.
Heller misses the jumper there. And in the transition now.
Off the foot.
Good passing from JC, but SAR has done a nice job of recovering it.
They've got some nice traps in the corners. They're really playing together tonight so far. I think that's been the biggest difference for them. Always looking for the open man.
That's been true. Oppenheimer bringing it up. Heller's in the corner. Greenbaum's on the wing. Citron in the wing. Now Greenbaum moves out. Nothing much going on here. No shot clock in the Yeshiva League. And watch Heller on the side there. Heller will get the ball here on this possession.
And you guessed it right, Micah, once again.
Call me Tony Romo.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Tony Romo because for all our viewers out there, I'm actually a big Cowboys fan. So I am a big fan of Tony Romo.
Well, you could try to model your broadcasting game after him. Another foul there. Moshe Heller gets to the line. SAR, the only negative, they've got a bunch of fouls so far. Not exactly what you want.
And Zach Dietz is going in the game, as well as Josh Morris.
Adir, are you feeling a little butterflies on that?
You know, Micah, I'm very excited.
I must say I am too. Big fan of Dietz and Hyman as they come in. Greenbaum and Heller are going to take a rest. Heller's got a game-high 9 points. I actually think that the scoreboard is wrong.
What do you think it should be, Micah?
Because it says that SAR only has 8 points.
18 points.
Oh, 18. Sorry, I couldn't see. That sounds about right. My bad. I'll stick to broadcasting. Oppie gives it over to Dietz. Oppie cuts to the middle now. Bluestein up top. Nice rotation. Hyman with the fake pass. Gets it over to the corner. Dietz to Bluestein. Back to Hyman. Fake pass. Perimeter passing here for SAR as Bluestein takes the open jumper. No good. And hustles after it. Can't get it.
That was a good hustle by Bluestein over there. Trying to maybe tip it back in as it was going out.
Coach Courtney always says you got to follow your shot. That's his big thing. And Bluestein played under the tutelage of Coach Courtney for 2 years. Obviously learned something.
You know, Heller's getting wrapped right now on his knee, so we hope he stays okay. He looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Seems to be all right. He's probably just doing it for the look, knowing Leo. Probably thinks it makes him look swaggy, but hey, it does.
That's another foul for SAR. Let's see, their team fouls must be up to 5 or 6 by now. It's getting into dangerous territory. We don't want them to go into one-on-ones. That wouldn't be good for SAR.
Definitely not. And Moshe Wolf, number 32, looking to check in. They call him Big Mo.
I think he has the most boards in SAR history, actually. I heard that stat the other day.
For the men, I believe Hannah Vorsheimer is the career leader all time.
That is true. You know, it's funny because they sit next to each other in math, which is interesting because, you know, they both get big boards. Maybe it's something about that table.
Sure it is. Joseph Gross also into the game. So Oppenheimer, the only starter in the game, and this is a nice bench. This is a nice bench rotation. We got Moshe Wolf, who's a good passer, a good rebounder, and Josh Hyman, good passer, and Joseph Gross has the athleticism.
Ooh.
But Hyman with the travel there.
Rabbi Kroll is in the house tonight. He's a great guy.
Could not agree more. Class act. He's going to try to do his best to combat the grove of JEC fans that have pulled up compared to the one SAR student. We see you, Jacob Morris. You are the real MVP tonight.
You know, it seems like the SAR faculty might actually outnumber the number of students here tonight.
That is a shame.
We love the support from the faculty, though.
So SAR in the defense now, playing pretty good D. JC can't get much going. Joseph Gross playing some nice weak side D. And SAR could not have asked for a better quarter offensively. Defensively, they got to clean up a little bit, but I'm sure they're happy with how this is going. Wolf, nice defense, but Heller gets it to go.
JC has a very fast mode of play, so it's a little bit hard to defend sometimes, but they've been doing a pretty good job.
Definitely. And Wolf
on
nearly
the ground
turns it over.
Gross.
Gross hits the deck. Oppie's got 31 seconds left in the quarter. Oh, nice pass inside to Wolf, but Wolf turns it over.
Misses the open man.
And Oppenheimer is a little bit frustrated with Moshe Wolf, but he gives him some love. Everyone's got to play with confidence. Wolf is a great player, just needs to settle down a little bit. Everything's going to be all right as Greenbaum checks in for Oppenheimer.
21.8 seconds left in the first quarter. They'll try to hold them here so that they can't make the lead to a little bit less before the first quarter ends.
Heller to the rack. No good. Gross with the rebound. 7 seconds to go. This should be a good one. Hyman, 3. Into Dietz. Oh, no good at the buzzer.
That's gotta hurt.
So that's the end of one quarter. We're going to take a break. SAR with a 5-point lead after one. It's been a pleasure. See you guys in a minute. Na 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 na, eh. Na 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 na, oh. Na 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 na, eh, 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 eh. Na 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 na, eh. Na 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 na, oh. Na 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 na, eh, 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 eh. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on.
We're here with Coach Michael Courtney, coach of the famed boys JV basketball team. They are #1 going into playoffs. What do you think the key to your success this year has been on JV?
We have 3 sophomores who started last year as freshmen who are back, and having 3 returning starters is a rarity in JV. Henry Manshalom, Hazan, Eli Neworth, and they only got better from last year. So we have a lot of talent. Kids play really hard. They are good in the transition offense, smart players, and they're a great group of guys.
And what does it mean to you seeing the players that graduated from your system in this big stage here?
Oh, it's so much fun seeing these guys, seeing Judah dominate, get better every season, seeing Drew still hustling like crazy on defense. That wasn't a great play for us, but that's okay. Nat Waxman, shout out. We missed you. It was fun coaching you for 2 years too. But all these guys I really enjoyed coaching and look forward to the success tonight.
Nat's here with us in spirit.
So JEC not going away just yet. Their defense has been solid as SAR going to go back on D now. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Courtney. A real legend among us. Taught me so much about basketball, about life, about the college process. Really appreciate your time.
So Greenbaum's going to pass it into Oppenheimer to bring up the ball. JEC seems to be in a 3-court press again, which they went out of after the first quarter. So it's interesting that they're back in it now.
And SAR has had some more trouble. Oh. Not going to miss that one very often, but that means he'll hit the next few.
JEC bringing up the ball again. Back up to the top of the key.
Nice hands by Oppie there, but couldn't get the steal.
They're passing it around the top of the key a little bit and into the middle. And the shot is no good.
I think one thing SAR might want to do is try to slow down the offense a little bit. But Greenbaum will take it to the rack. Seen that 100 times.
And it goes in. I guess they're not really listening to your advice, but it seems to work out for now at least.
Hey, I'm just trying my best. I have good intentions.
You sure do. JEC back up at the ball. They seem to be taking their time as well a little bit.
Citron, oh, that could have been a foul.
Oh, but rebound by JEC and another foul and one.
And the Hive goes crazy for JEC.
That is number 25, Jakey Sutton.
Nope, that's actually Joe Matthew. I'm sorry.
Is
I
it?
know him personally.
Oh, we seem to have it wrong on our sheet here.
That's all right, Adia.
How do you know, Micah?
Not such a great excuse.
I'm sorry. Should have known better.
Matthew, the first free throw here. Oh, that
And
must
it
have been the
is
second
no
free throw.
good. I think that was a 1-on-1, Micah, perhaps. Or maybe we just missed the first shot.
You never know.
Oppenheimer with the ball up top, dribbling around. And Citron sets a pick for him.
Citron tried catching that pass that was intended for Heller.
And
That would
no
have been a
good on the
nightmare.
shot. Out of bounds. I think it's let's see, JEC ball.
No,
No,
I'm actually going to say SAR ball.
Yeah, that makes sense. Judah's, on SAR, we like to think.
We hope. Oh, foul. Hard foul on Greenbaum. The JEC fans are angry. They should not be angry. That was a foul. If they support unjust basketball, then they should be angry.
The refs have been doing a great job this game, calling everything, and we really appreciate them being out here tonight.
It's funny you mention it. They have done an exceptional job tonight. Really could not have asked for better officiating, even though SAR has had some fouls. Greenbaum going to try to hit the second shot here and take advantage of the excellent refereeing.
And it's interesting, SAR does not have a second person in rebounding for Greenbaum, so I guess they have that much confidence in him.
Well, that's what Coach Rafi Halpert preaches.
JEC has the ball up top, passing it around the top of the key. They seem to like to do that a lot.
So SAR is sticking to this lead, but their offense has not been as fast-paced as it was early on.
JEC is cutting down the lead to only 2 now, 21-19 SAR. They've had a run of about 8 points this quarter.
It's a little bit troubling, and we want to see that confidence. Nice passing.
I think that was a travel on Citron. It was a nice play, a good look.
That's what SAR is going to want going forward, even if there was a travel there. These JEC fans are really starting to tick me off. Might have to get out of the booth and throw some punches later on in this game.
They outnumber you by a lot, but I think you could take them on.
So JC on the verge of tying this game on what's been a pretty long run now. SAR defensively hasn't been so bad as Heller gets a steal there.
Oppenheimer taking it up for a fast break. And his signature move, he goes up and it's in for 2.
He just makes me smile. No one was getting in the way of Oppie there.
JC with the ball in the wing.
Bluestein with the big hand up there. Hand down, man down.
They don't call him Big Tuna for nothing, Micah.
Should have known. And
we have 3 Hellers on the court right now.
that might be the first time in Yeshiva League history.
It's a lot of Hellers out there.
I believe Heller's parents are in the arena, so if they could just get on the court, we might have a whole starting 5 of Hellers. That would be quite something.
That would be, Micah.
Greenbaum.
Ooh, it looked like he stepped out of bounds on that one. JEC ball again. They have to stop making these silly mistakes. It's costing them a lot this game.
Definitely is. JC is looking a little more confident than they were about a quarter ago. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left till the half. Adir, what do you think SAR needs to do to finish off this half with a 10-point lead?
I think that right now SAR is playing a little bit weak on defense right now. I think they're maybe a little scared because of how many fouls they have. And they have to keep trapping and playing hard or else JC is just going to cut down this lead.
That was really intelligent.
Thank you, Micah. You know, you've been watching these boys for a while now. What would you say they have to do in order to make sure that that their players stay out of foul trouble?
I mean, I think you got to just, keep your hand off the man as Oppenheimer drills the 3. Big shot from Oppie there.
We hear the start of a defense chant by the SAR bench.
Didn't think we'd be hearing that tonight.
No. I don't know if it'll catch on because we don't have any fans here, but maybe they'll get into it in the second half.
I would chant, but I don't think our viewers would really enjoy that tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You know, at homecoming, we had a lot of fans here, but the cheering was a little bit weak.
It's true. It's really true. So Heller at the line for 2. SAR on a little 5-0 run thanks to a huge triple from Oppie, quieting the noise.
And a missed 3, but a rebound by JEC, and the keeper comes off again.
And Amichai Citron has got to get his ball on the his hand on the ball there. I mean, that was he's just standing in the middle of the paint. Got to get a rebound there.
Oh, it sounds like it's JEC ball because of the chants from the fans.
And it looks like it's JC ball too. And Zach Dietz going to check into the game. Adira, you can stop jumping up and down. It's really okay.
You know, Micah, it's very interesting because the JEC fans are wearing white long sleeve shirts, which actually correlates to the SAR colors. Do you think that has any hidden meaning?
It definitely does. I'm not the right person to tell you exactly what it is, but we can have an interview with Ian, our tech guy at the half, and maybe he can tell us.
Ian's a very intelligent young man.
Really, really is true. So, SAR, 2.5 minutes left to go. Greenbaum going to take it out, holding on to a 7-point lead. Let's see them make this double digits. What do you say?
I believe Oppenheimer, before this half ends, is going to have at least 5 points.
That's bold, but I like it. Oh, beautiful pass into Dietz, but he wasn't ready for it.
Oh, and he falls on the ground. I think a timeout was called, actually.
I think Oppie plays at such a high level offensively sometimes that his teammates don't even know what's hitting them until JEC has the ball.
You know, you can't always be at that level.
That's true. So, see the referees in the middle of the court just holding that ball, checking out the half.
Gazing up at our championship banners.
They look quite curious, quite impressed.
One of them has his hand to his chin and is stroking his beard.
I agree. They're probably talking about this game, talking about how awesome the Hive is, how incredible SAR's passing has been tonight.
They do love it here. I think I've had the opportunity to be a player for some of their games that they've called, and they're really nice guys.
I'm sure. And Aaron Bluestein doesn't seem to have a seat on the bench. That's what happens. It's a blessing when you get to play so much. but then all of a sudden you don't have a seat on the bench. That used to happen to me. I used to be one of the guys sitting on the bench all the time, and the players who were tired would want to sit on the bench, and I'd say, no, this is my domain. Go back on the court. I wish I was playing. So it's a real dilemma.
That's such good motivation, Micah, because they don't have a seat on the bench. They just want to get in the game, so it probably makes them work a little bit harder.
Exactly. It's all about motivation at the end of the day. So SAR in this 2-3 zone, trying to lock down, less than 20 points in the half defensively would be quite an accomplishment.
JC has the ball up top again. I think that they tend to look to the middle or to the corners for open shots or drives.
And Leo Heller, that is, could have gotten to the shooter a little faster. What a shot by Moshe Heller.
That is about his 5th time going up with his arms twirled around. So I guess that's his preferred move tonight.
And the zone by JEC has been a little better at creating chaos in the backcourt for SAR.
They put some big men in at the back, which they did not have to start the half, I don't believe. Trying to shut down Citron.
Beats the triple.
And it's no good.
As Heller passes it out. Not sure who that guy is, but he looks like a nice guy. And Oppenheimer gets the steal. Taking it himself.
Ahead, and it's good for 2.
Nice fast break there. Up by 8 now. That was a big fast break. Could be the final points of the half for SAR.
Oppenheimer and Greenmount have been playing together for a long time, so it's really that chemistry that helps with fast breaks like that.
They've been in the backcourt together since 6th grade. I was on all those teams, even going back even further than that, just playing in the Dale. They're a really dynamic duo, and they know how to play with each other, as seen by that last break.
When I got to SAR, I did hear about the trio of Micah, Judah, and Drew, and it's unfortunate that you're no longer part of that.
Yeah, well, I moved on to bigger and better things. Oppenheimer takes the 3.
No good. And that'll end the second half, 28-21 SAR.
So, pretty good half for SAR, I'd say. There were definitely some things they need to work on defensively, offensively, breaking that press in the half court. But, can't be mad. It's a playoff game. You're up at the half. Life is good at the Hive. Just want to thank Jay Lou for everything he does for us. Just, being a real father figure for me. I don't know about Adira, but definitely for me and Yonatan. Really appreciate
I
everything
heard
he
that
does.
he really took you off the streets and really helped you out a lot. So
I wouldn't have been here without the help of Jay Lou.
it's so nice to hear.
And we're going to take a break. It's hard for us to stop talking about Jay Lou, but we're going to have to. We'll see you in a few minutes.
na 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 na, eh. Na 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 na, oh. Na 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 na, eh, 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 eh. Na 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 na, eh. Na 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 na, oh. Na 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 na, eh, 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 eh. Come on, come on, come on. 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. Drop it.
So we're back. We really miss you guys. Hope you miss us too. We are here with Shoko,
Hey guys.
really important person here at SAR.
Thanks, man.
So actually something interesting that happened at SAR today for everyone that's watching is that there was a water contamination issue with the water system here. And that's obviously a very important issue for all of us who like to drink water. So I was just going to ask you, Shoko, what was your first reaction when you heard about this, and how do you plan to combat it?
Well, I was actually sitting in the main office at the time when everyone started to realize what was going on. And all these different teachers and students kept coming in to say, toilet looks like someone spilled coffee in it. Someone said that it looked like someone was really sick before them in the bathroom and forgot to flush. But we realized that it was really a contamination issue. We quickly called Nick, and he cleared up. Nick is the director of all the maintenance crews, and he's like our groundskeeper. He has a house next to the academy. So he let us know that the construction outside is what was causing it, and instructed us to not drink the water. So I know that by the end of the day, though, the water was already coming back clear. So I'm hoping it's not affecting our athletes tonight, because water is definitely an important thing to drink during our games.
Or maybe there's something special in it that's actually
giving them a boost.
Maybe that's how Heller went 3 for 3 on his shots at the beginning.
Mike's secret
or it could
stuff.
be his natural talent.
That too.
Like in Space Jam.
You mentioned the construction. What are your predictions for when the construction will be finished at SAR?
The construction in SAR or outside SAR?
You could say both.
I think in SAR it should be another week or two before we get in and have some
That's
brand
very
new
exciting.
beautiful classrooms.
Wow. All right, so I think the game's back on, so
Alrighty.
I think we're going to thank you for your meaningful contributions.
My pleasure.
And,
Happy to. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Shoka.
Enjoy the game.
Let's get the second half
Let's
started.
go Sting Nation.
Let's do it.
Before the third quarter starts, we have some special shout-outs today. Leia Fenster, very loyal fan. And one more just to Henry Kolb with SAR Sting report, and he really does put a lot of effort into his tweets, and we all really appreciate it, Henry, so thank you.
Yeah, really does a great job of publicizing the Sting. So here we are, 30 seconds into the first half, and a big transition there for JEC as they get a layup out of it. Coming out of the half strong, 28 to 23 now. Greenbaum bringing it up now. There's no press, and he'll get it over to Oppenheimer at the top of the key. Greenbaum's open in the corner. Look for him on this pass, and he gets it, shoots it. It is no good. Heller strong on the rebound, but Heller gets it.
I think that's a third keeper to come off today, Micah. Do you think that's normal to happen in a game?
I do. I actually used to be my designated job on the SAR Sting. I would always bring a keeper for Oppie to wear. That's what I can contribute. So SAR with a quick timeout here. Not exactly what they wanted offensively or defensively to start the half. But, still time to improve. And we'll see what they can do here.
You know, it seems like Citron keeps trying to set a pick up top, but JEC moves around it too fast, so he's not able to set it. And it's actually a smart call for him to back off because he would be called for a moving screen if he were to stay on that.
True, and I think one of the things that they might want to focus on is instead of working the, I mean, I know SAR's strength is the perimeter, but with JEC not having such great, interior defenders, they might want to get into the middle. We saw, I know we saw Oppie get it to Blue Seam before he got that little Jimmy J. So, that could be big. Getting into the middle, little 8-foot hook, 8-foot jumper. Those points are nice points.
You know how we've been mentioning how JEC likes to go up with their arms flopping a little bit, and we actually did some research at halftime and found out it's called jingling. So we will now be referring to it by its proper name when they do that again.
And the great Oscar Robertson coined that term. As Heller, no good, nearly had his 4th triple of the game. As SAR back in transition now. That was a travel. And the bucket. 3-point game here, so SAR's lead is dwindling here in the 3rd quarter.
And it seems like JEC has switched into a box-and-1 on Judah, which we knew was going to happen, so I guess it only took till the 3rd quarter for that to happen.
And SAR's offense has got to become more assertive, taking it to the rack more, not hesitating on jumpers, and, just trying to have confidence in each other. As Heller will take another shot. Good!
That's his 4th 3 of the game. I think this might be his all-time record today.
Huge shooting from Heller. This is exactly what they needed. No hesitation. Staying in the corner. He's getting good looks. He's not forcing. Very, very meaningful contributor to SAR tonight. Leo Heller.
Micah, do you think that JEC might switch into a triangle and 2 on Heller as well?
I don't think that would be wise. But JEC's a funky team. You never know. As one of the Hellers, I don't even know which one of these anymore, knocks down a nice triple.
Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Back to 3-point game. This is going to be a nail-biter here. Hopefully SAR can pull away before it gets too close.
We love for those close games, very fun to watch, but we love SAR even more. So we hope that by the end they're up by enough that we don't even need to worry.
Not a good pass by Oppie there, turned it over, but Citron was good on the block in transition. And Citron's arms, I have never seen such long arms. His arms are almost the size of his legs.
I heard that he applied to be in the world record book, but he missed it by a few centimeters.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's there yet, but at this rate, he should be there in a few years. And so those arms are very good for transition blocks. Just spreading out as far as you can. It's like having an octopus on your team, I'll tell you.
It's interesting because Citron was a transfer this year, and for the girls, we actually got Rebecca, who was a transfer as a junior, and they're both very tall. So, we got very lucky here at the Hive.
Yeah, these lanky kids are really attracted to SAR. So Oppenheimer, a bulldozer into the lane there. Could have been an offensive foul, but it wasn't. And Oppie will be at the line for 2. We're going to stay silent to respect Judah Oppenheimer. And that one is good. And we'll see you guys in about 8 seconds after Oppie hits his next free throw.
And the second one is good. Brings the lead to 5.
Citron looking big in the paint there. That's what they need as everyone's hands are up. Defensive intensity is pretty high.
You know what they say, defense wins championships.
That's very true. Lucien getting out to defend his man, but he gets past him and chucks it at his teammate.
I think he thought that was Citron with the long arms over there.
Citron's arms are befuddling everyone as JEC tries to make a pass to his teammate on the bench. You are not allowed to pass to your teammate on the bench. I don't know if you just learned that rule, but lucky break for SAR there.
Micah, did you ever get a pass while you were sitting on the bench?
Nah, they used to pass it to my other teammates on the bench, but never me.
That's a little sad, Micah.
Heller in the corner, and this time to the rack. Knocks it down.
He is having the game of his life. I guess he got some confidence. Rafi started him today, and I guess he really stepped up.
I actually saw Heller snacking on some crackers today. He told me these are my special crackers, and I was like, no, come on. You can't be serious, but I think Heller's crackers are going to be selling for a lot tomorrow. Citron, and Heller's wide open in the corner.
I think that was a travel on Citron. And Big Mo is going in. as well as Zach Dietz.
Both are hopefully going to make some big moves here. Big Mo he's been a big part of this team all year. He started some games, didn't start other games. Tonight has not made a huge contribution yet, but defensively he's very helpful. Offensively, good passer, good at moving around, and I look for him to,
Fun fact about the SAR lineup in right now, all of those players live in New Rochelle or Scarsdale.
And it's no coincidence that I live in Scarsdale.
Do you think that they went out for maybe a pregame eat and walk, and that's why they're playing so well?
I don't think any of them would be on the court if they went to eat and walk and then tried playing. Heller, another three. It is no good.
But he gets his own rebound, goes up again, and it's good. How many points do you think that is, Micah?
It's 16. He has 4 threes and 2 layups. And I think the biggest thing for Heller is that he was hitting threes from the corner, which forced the zone of JEC to really step up on him. And as a result, he's been able to little jab step into the middle and get that nice little, I don't even know what you want to call that, nice little shimmy in there. So Leo Heller can't say enough about offensively what he's done. He's got 16 out of their 37. They would not be where they are if not for number 35.
And Greenbaum goes in for Oppenheimer.
Nice to give Oppie a little rest here. He'll be ready for the fourth quarter. That's a nice move by Coach Rafi Hopper. Oh, that was a travel. And now the JEC player chucks it. But Wolf has got to get that rebound.
That was an aggressive rebound by JEC.
And Zach Levy screaming some encouragement there.
Micah, you seem to know all these players by name without even checking the sheet.
Zach Levy is actually the assistant coach for SAR.
Oh.
Longtime family friend. Really classy guy.
I'm sorry for my mistake there.
Hey, happens to everyone. And active hands by Heller. In the half court, SAR has played pretty good D so far.
And another three by JEC. They are not afraid to take it from far away. Mike is taking a water break right now. Even the best of us need water sometimes. And Oppenheimer is checking into the game again. That was a very short break.
Greenbaum with that confidence steps up. You're not guarding me, hand down, man down. He can hit that every time. Beat me in hundreds of one-on-ones on that wing three. So JC's got to look out for that big shot by Drew Greenbaum. And SAR is up by 6 here. They've done a good job of holding on to this lead even as JC's pressured them, honestly, since the beginning of the game.
That is true, Micah. And it happens to be in the last few games for SAR, they have not had such big scoring games. So it's nice to see tonight that they're already at 40 points.
Good defense there by Wolf.
Timeout is called by Rafi, the SAR basketball coach.
So here we are. I'm just happy to be here. Sometimes I'm at a loss for words, but just got to be grateful,
Micah, how does it feel that, we talked about a little bit how this might be your last game, but what is going through your mind right now?
Actually, I really should have done this by now. I want to give a really heartfelt shout out to my longtime partner in crime, broadcaster, Jonathan Neimenlicht. Really made some amazing memories with him in this booth. Really shaped who I am as a person, who I am as a Jew. And, I wish he could have been here tonight.
It's fine. I'm
really grateful that Adira offered to do this game with me, but, I love you, Tani. Adira, you've been pretty good, but,
I'll take it, Micah. I'll take it. I know how much Tani means to you, to me as well.
And Citron, Bluestein is open in the middle.
Beautiful pass, but he doesn't finish.
And I still like Bluestein calling for that ball. He had a spot in the middle. He has confidence in himself, even though he missed it. He should take that again. Had a nice shot at the layup there.
SAR seems to be pressuring JC at the top a little bit more, especially on those Hellers, because we see that they like to shoot from beyond the three-point line now. So I guess SAR is getting the memo.
And that play, really not good defense from SAR. They got a one-on-one at around the free throw line with a guard and Citron. The guard traveled to the hoop, but Citron jumped. That could have been an easy layup. I don't know. Some Achilles heel in SAR's defense there was really just exploded. And they get it to Bluestein. Dietz on the wing. No good. Citron fighting for the rebound, but he can't get it. And Heller.
And it's recovered by JEC. There's a man open in the corner, but he doesn't get it to him. And he goes up for a jingly jing again.
Incredible jingly jing, also known as a Euro step there, and a 4-point lead. SAR would be very happy to finish on a bucket here.
They really want to bring that lead up a little bit going into the fourth quarter. A rebound by
upset
JEC.
there. Took not a bad bank shot, and JEC is probably going to hold for one here. 14 seconds. They throw it back court.
That's just what SAR needed to get them their last shot that they were hoping for.
No easier way to do it than for the offense to just throw it away. Here, SAR, we want you to take the last shot.
Heller comes back into the game. I guess Rafi wanted some of his shooting for these last 11 seconds.
And being rewarded for his excellent scoring tonight. 11 seconds left. I actually think Greenbaum might take the shot here. He's looking for it himself. Gets it actually to Oppie. Blue Scene coming over to set a screen. Oppie, the three. It's good! Huge shot from Oppie to end off the third.
Beautiful way to end the quarter. They love that momentum going into the fourth. Just what they needed.
That was absolutely massive. 7-point lead now. Blue Scene with the screen. Drew with the nice pass. Judo with that confidence. And, actually a plus quarter for SAR, even as they battled through it. Very proud of Oppie there as he knocked down that one.
Well said, Micah. Well said.
I'm sure his parents are almost as happy as I am.
Some might say you're almost like surrogate father to Judah Oppenheimer.
That actually might be scientifically proven. So, what should we say?
I don't know, Micah. How do you feel about SAR's chances tonight?
I'm feeling great, and Jay Lou actually just told me something good. He said I should try to spotlight who you are as a player, Adia. Let's go over your credentials. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2-time champ, MVP in LA.
Yeah.
Put it on there. Going to college at UConn D1.
I can only hope, Micah. I can only hope.
Just a really impressive resume you've accumulated. It's just an honor to be next to you.
Thank you, Micah. It's really been an honor playing for SAR these past 4 years.
Tell us what it feels like to watch a game being so talented.
Well, I've always loved watching basketball, and this team particularly, it's my friends, the people I sit in class next to, and it's really fun to see them step up and play in this game, especially knowing how much pressure they feel because it might be their last game ever as high school players. And, I know how pressuring that could be and how intimidating that can be, and they've really done a great job at stepping up.
That's so true. You speak almost as well as you play. A huge three there from Winters. He's excited. Guess what, man? You are losing by 4. I don't know why you're so excited. You could very well lose this game, and you just got very excited. But I respect the intensity, but I'm not falling for it. Over to Citron. Nice little jumper. No good.
A little short. And JEC gets a fast break for 2, and it has now become a 2-point game. SAR cannot be happy about that.
I think this is the smallest lead SAR's had all night. Jesselson looks a little worried. He wishes he could contribute. As great as Heller's been, Jesselson is nursing that right ankle, I believe it is.
Micah, do you know how he got that injury?
I've heard rumors. I don't think they'd be appropriate to say on the air for various criminal reasons. But just don't park in the alley next time.
Good advice, Micah.
So this is a real nail-biter. Actually, some history. 2 years ago, the SAR junior varsity team played against this very same JEC junior varsity team at the Hive. JEC won on a close one. Drew Greenbaum missed I think a game-tying 3 with a couple seconds left. No, SAR lost. I was on that team. Real heartbreaker. So, we're obviously hoping this one turns out better. Let's go, Heller!
It was interesting. JEC actually didn't really use that timeout that SAR called. So I guess the coach doesn't really have anything to say to his team, but they're still down by 2. So I don't know why he didn't want to say anything to them.
And hopefully they're woefully unprepared.
We can only hope, Micah.
So moving it around, Citron's open in the middle, gets it back to Heller. Heller's been good at knowing when to shoot those corner jumpers. Remember, no shot clock. SAR is still winning by 2, so got to be smart as Oppenheimer nearly turns it over.
Judah's got to be getting a little frustrated. He has a guy on him really, really tight, and I know what that feels like. So let's just hope that he's done a really good job all season of keeping it together. So let's hope that he stays that way this game.
Oppie's done a nice job today. Has not been absolutely dominant, but he still hits some big threes, kept his team in the game, and he shoots one there. It's good! Oppie with the answer, and they lead by 5.
You know, even when it's not always him shooting, he really is the glue that keeps this team together, and we love to watch him play.
The defenders can never get too far off him on help defense because he's going to be open. And I think that's the 3rd time tonight Oppie just pulled up and said, no, you know, you want 3 points? I'll get you guys 3 points. You should have just told me to shoot.
And JC goes up for the shot, and it's good for 3. The lead is cut back down to 2 points, and the JC fans really, really like that one.
Back-to-back bangers here for SAR and JC. The intensity is ramping up. There's 5 minutes to go. What a show this has been.
Greenbaum has the ball up top. Looking for that pick that Citron set, and back to Heller in the corner.
Hey, it's still our ball, Goldberg. That block accomplished nothing except it's going to be a side out.
Seems like they're a little too excited about that one.
Yeah, nice block. SAR ball, we're still winning by 2. Blocks are fun, but they don't really accomplish that much. Really great defensive play, but come on, man.
I just hope that doesn't swing the momentum in JC's favor, because that's the last thing that SAR needs right now.
Oh, it won't. SAR looks fired up. Hey, let's go, boys! Not so much intensity on the SAR bench. I would like to see that. You know, it really feels like we're playing a road game. Rabbi Hain is going to go take care of these rowdy JEC fans. It's about time we had someone step up and take care of these kids. They're really out of control.
You know, if they don't calm down, we may have to sick J-Lu on them. He's been known to quiet a crowd.
J-Lu could wipe them all out with one hand. I'm sure of that. So
SAR ball. Oppenheimer takes the ball on the side, looking to Drew. He's not open, so to Citron on top. And the defense cheers are really, really loud.
And a 3-2 here. I think JEC has noticed all the shooting that SAR can do, so they went to a 3-2. Oh, Bluestein has just been so open. Citron gets the ball in the middle.
So Bluestein, that was a beautiful pass, just a little short. And now Heller has the ball.
Try Jingly it there. No good.
JC gets the rebound, though. And Judah picks it up. Looking for Drew. Let's see what the call is there.
That's a defensive foul. Those never work. Oppie's cognizant of that. He knows when there's going to be a blocking foul, and he's willing to go right into him. Sure, he might take a little bang on the floor, but
nothing you can't handle.
So Moshe Wolf turning into the game here. 5 minutes left, getting some of their best players in as Greenbaum's at the top of the key.
Pass to Leo on the side. Let's see, back up to Judah. I think they're looking to slow the game down just a little bit. Don't want JC to keep getting those fast breaks.
Just being patient on the wing, I think it's a good move. They got 3 very good perimeter players. And, you know, trying to get it around, not trying to do too much there.
And there's no shot clock, so they can really take all the time that they want.
Nice
and
shot
another
by
3 by Heller.
He's got 19 tonight. Absolutely huge shot.
Let's see if he can make it up to 30.
Wow, dear. Not everyone can do that as easily as you. Good.
Wow. You know, when Moshe does the block, he makes it look good.
Moshe, show some emotion, big fella. He made a big block. That's what I call a good block. That block by JEC, it was just a phony block.
This one will have a big effect on the game, unlike the JC block.
No doubt. So SAR's got the momentum. Heller with the 3. Wolf with the monster block, and he is defending down low.
They're chanting MVP. It's not so clear for
I told you they'd be chanting for Oppie, didn't I?
I do think that is for Oppie.
This could be Oppie's last game ever at the Hive. He's doing a good job.
JC really feels the Oppie spirit right now.
And just to talk about the future a little bit, the winner of this game will be playing at Magan David. Oh, Jingly, no good.
These Jinglies really haven't been going in the past few minutes.
I think ever since we started calling them Jinglies, they just haven't been going. It might have been a good move.
I think so. And it looks like it's Heller on the line for 2. Not Leo Heller. JC Heller, the less good version.
I'm sure their parents think that they're both equally good.
I would hope so.
So just again, as the winner of this game will be playing Magan David on February 27th. That's the second to last day of February this year. And SAR actually beat Mag and David, who is considered possibly one of the best teams in the Yeshiva League. SAR beat them, so no worries there. I think SAR, if they win this, pretty clear ride to the championship.
SAR doesn't really like to blow teams out. I think it's actually a sign of respect. And they really have beaten almost all of the top teams in the Metropolitan Yeshiva League. So I think they have a really good shot at going far in the playoffs.
So the defense chants are pretty wild here. SAR is really playing a road game, except that me and Yo are in the booth. Wolf, nice pass inside to Bluestein, who puts, can't finish.
It looked to be a foul on Bluestein on one of those, which wasn't called, which is unfortunate. But what can you do?
Bluestein angry at himself after he missed that layup. Second one he's missed tonight, but really respect the shot selection. He's been doing a good job on defense and moving the ball on offense. So nice game by Bluestein, even if the stats don't show it.
Heller has the ball up top, and a timeout is called by JEC. I guess because he didn't use the other one, so he needs some time now with his players.
So really starting to get the chills here. Just 3 minutes left in a playoff game, 3-point game. This is what we all live for. Jay Lou, I know, is excited about this one. You can just see on the camera. Ian, you're doing a great job with the tech.
The intensity in this gym is really overwhelming. It may not be necessarily in our favor because of our lack of fans, but it is quite a day to be at the Hive.
Yeah, I mean, the intensity can really be felt on this side of the court where the players are sitting, not so much where the fans are sitting. But I actually think for the players, it doesn't make as much of a difference. The fans are important, but, once you're in the game, you're going against the other team. And obviously the broadcasters are there. And, you're kind of in your own bubble. And so the intensity is just crazy no matter, the fans, whatever. It's a playoff game. You want to get that, you want to get that win so you can go on and play Mag and David. The stakes are high. It is huge. We got the SAR security guard rooting on his team.
He is one of the biggest SAR fans, actually. He comes to most of our games, a lot of the boys' games. We really appreciate all your support. Thanks for coming out tonight.
And all the security you do.
That is true. He is a good security guard. We actually have a lot of those here at SAR. We're very lucky.
It's funny, Jay Lou is actually trained as a security guy.
Really?
So
where was he trained, Micah?
I'm not sure.
It's a secret.
So 3 minutes to go. Patient offense here by JC. They're just passing it around, probably trying to get a 3-point look or a jingly.
They're acting like they're up and they have time to waste, but little do they know that they're down actually by 3. I think they might be a little bit confused.
Hard drive there. Good D by Wolf, and Bluestein gets the rebound.
He stops the jingly this time.
Jinglies have not been going. Dietz is in the game.
That was a foul on JC on Judah. I don't think that they're in 1-on-1 territory yet. It's only 4 fouls, so they need a couple more there.
So Heller checking into the game for Dietz. That might be all we're seeing of Dietz tonight. It's really been a pleasure.
His number is 2, and he came out of the game at 2:22. Coincidence?
Probably, but you never know. Bluestein, wide open Heller. Oh, so
They seem to
SAR.
be slowing down the game.
That was a really good indicator of SAR's current strategy because Heller had an open 3, which he'd been shooting all game, and that time decided to look it up.
Mike, at what point do you think JC is going to start fouling SAR?
Wolf puts it in and 1!
Beautiful play by Big Mo. During our math test today, he did tell me he was going to have at least one big and 1.
They call him and 1, Big Mo. Actually a teammate of mine on a team we play for, Youngers of New Rochelle. Sunday, March 3rd, 1:30 p.m. at JC of Harrison. I'm sure everyone watching this broadcast will be there as Wolf takes the free throw. He's been a good free throw shooter in the Yinner team so far. No good there. But how about Wolf making some big contributions in the fourth quarter? That block and now the and 1.
We really love to see that, Micah. Even though Dietz was checked out, it's still a New Rochelle Scarsdale lineup. Which is
and
really
SAR, 2 minutes left. They lead by 5. They just got the ball. Things are looking good here.
It's hard for them. They're trying to put full court pressure, but Judah's just so good at getting by the defenders that it's hard for them to do that.
And I think something we'd love to see is a little happiness out of this crowd. Maybe some of the players, obviously still pretty tense.
And a timeout is called by JEC. Another one.
Ellie Jesselson looks pretty happy.
J-Lou looks pretty happy.
J-Lou always looks happy, but especially happy now.
We seem to have some rogue fans up on the top of the banister. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Not sure who those are, but really appreciate the love and support.
We always do.
All right, so 1:42 left. Just got a little bit of a scolding from J. Lou. Not sure what we did wrong.
Oh, Miss
But,
Platt just arrived at the gym.
That's very helpful for the last minute 42. Better late than never. And so, Adira, what do you think SAR? You know, they've gone all this way, up by 5. Been a pretty balanced game. What's the next step to finish off this game?
I think that they got to be patient, not take any stupid shots, and just be able to keep handling the ball the way that they have. And JC's not going to be able to do anything about it. And let's just hope that they hit their free throws because they'll be shooting soon.
Definitely true. And Oppenheimer and Greenbaum, both great free throw shooters, so that should work out in their favor. So there's going to start to be more pressure by JEC.
And it's out on JEC SAR ball. The JEC fans aren't very happy about that call, but I think it was the right one.
Oh, it definitely was if they were unhappy. And so I think something we're going to see here is Wolf and Bluestein have been much more active on the ball the last couple of minutes, and I think we're going to see that more as there's more pressure on the perimeter from JEC to try to get those fouls. Any break in the defense is going to result in an open Wolf or Bluestein.
And now that JEC just fouled Drew, and it's a 7th team foul on JEC, which means he'll be shooting a 1-on-1.
So this really gives SAR the chance to pull away late in the game. Greenbaum can hit both here. All of a sudden, 7-point lead with 1:30 to go. Obviously, you never know, but definitely makes you feel good. But Greenbaum can hit. SAR will get back on defense. All good.
And Heller has the ball up top. And Leo gets a steal, and it's a foul on JEC, which will be a 1-and-1 for Leo, and he's been shooting really well tonight. So, let's just hope that the future brings 2 more points for SAR.
I think Heller tried to pass to the wrong Heller there, and then he just realized, like, oh, man, pass it to Leo.
Can you really blame him? Hellers can be confusing sometimes.
For sure. Surprised he didn't try throwing it to Leo's mom there. So
And SAR has all their big men back. I guess Drew is counted as a big man now. And they don't have anyone rebounding, which I think is a good call by Coach Rafi.
that is 20 points for Leo Heller tonight. What a game for him. This has been his greatest game as a member of the SAR Sting. The steal there, huge. And now up by 6, SAR can just try to get rebounds and hit free throws with a minute left, and they have a formula for success.
Some players crumble under pressure, and Leo Heller is just not one of them.
He's got that ice in his veins. I always knew he did, but now it's really coming to fruition.
Guess those Heller crackers are really something.
I'll have to get me some of those tomorrow. Moshe Heller, and this SJC is going to have to start, chucking threes now. Not that they weren't doing that all game, and the rebound by Bluestein. 1 minute to go. Bluestein's got it. Foul on JEC. Bluestein will go to the line.
I think actually a timeout was called, not a foul.
I thought everyone knew I was kidding.
It's a really good call by Coach Rafi, or else I think a travel would have actually been called. So we get to keep possession of the ball, which is always a great thing, especially with 57 seconds left.
And we're under a minute here, like you just said. SAR, 90% chance they've got this one in the bag now. Just a really great game. I think, the biggest thing in this game has been the emergence of Leo Heller as a legitimate scoring threat.
Micah, do you think that next game Heller is going to be able to top his performance tonight?
Most definitely he's able to. Will he? I can't say. Will he get the start, whether Jesselson is healthy or not? I think he's earned it. I'll tell you the truth. It's not necessarily because, whether or not Heller is better than Jesselson or Jesselson's better than Heller. I think they're both very accomplished guards. But Heller's proven that he's able to shine in the big stages.
I agree.
That's the most important quality when you come down in the stretch. He's a senior. He's got that more experience. And he's got those corner jumpers, down to a science.
And ball's into Aaron Bluestein. Passed out to Judah. He has 3 defenders on him now, and a foul is called on JEC, so he'll be shooting.
And these could be Oppi's, some of his last points ever at the Hive. A little bit emotional probably for some of the people who have been watching him since he was a young boy.
I see a tear is being shed by his parents. It's a beautiful thing, really.
Really a beautiful thing. And the first free throw is good. Didn't even have to wait for it to go in. He is wet. Everybody knows that.
JEC barely even moved because they just knew that it was going in the basket.
And that one's good.
A little early on the call, but I love your optimism.
So SAR leads by 8. They're going to take this one head on to Mag and David. There will surely be an SAR fan bus there as JC makes it a 6-point game, but guess what? That doesn't matter. All that optimism, all those fans by JC, a lost cause. SAR is a more talented basketball team, a more respectable basketball team from what my experience playing with them. I love these guys, and it's really been a pleasure tonight as Bluestein has a chance for his 3rd and 4th points of the game here.
Everyone is back for SAR. Full faith in Aaron Bluestein to hit his 2 free throws. Make it a 10-point game. Sorry, an 8-point game.
So just 37 seconds here. JC's season is coming to a close. Really great season from a lot of their guys. I know the Heller twins have been a staple in the Yeshiva League basketball for the last 4 years. Both great players, really. A couple other guys on that team are really great players. Got to respect them in their game. But this one belonged to SAR.
Couldn't agree with you more. And that was a foul, so Moshe Heller is going to be at the line for 2. I don't think these free throws will win in the game, but you never know. First one is no good. That's got to hurt. This might be his last opportunity in his high school career to shoot free throws.
That's really sad.
It's got to be hard for them, to play here and to end their season on a loss, especially for these seniors.
That's the nature of competition. You win and move on, lose and go home. Trying to get it to Oppie here, but they'll get it to Bluestein.
Another foul on Bluestein.
So 24 seconds to go.
24 is actually my number, Micah.
I know. Everyone knows that number in this school.
Big Mo seems to be checking back in the game.
Probably being rewarded for some of the big plays he made down the stretch.
I think that they're actually playing an offense-defense right now. So, they're just interchanging the players a lot. It's a interesting call.
Your knowledge of basketball is really fascinating. The way you understand the game, I haven't seen it in a long time, and I've been doing this for many years.
Bluestein at the line for a second shot. And it's no good. JC with the rebound. They're pushing it, hoping to chuck up a 3. Not sure that's even going to be enough.
Good call there. They did chuck up a 3.
And another foul on Bluestein. This is his 4th time at the line.
Bluestein is the lucky recipient of all these fouls. He just gets to take some jumpers at the free throw line like it's lunch ball out here.
It's almost like it's practice for the next game.
Yeah.
Coach Rafi looks extremely happy right now. He's gotta be proud of his boys.
Smile are not so many smiles in this gym actually, as most of the people here are from JC. But of the SAR people, very happy night. Big win for SAR.
JC has their tzitzis hanging out, their frowns on their faces.
And
No
Bluestein,
good by Bluestein. He's got to be a little frustrated, so let's just hope that he makes this next foul shot. I believe in him.
it's good.
There we go.
So Heller taking it up, just 13 seconds left. Chucks another 3, it's good.
Wow. That was quite the shot.
And what is that?
Foul on Judah.
4-point game here. 2 possessions, Oppie at the line, 6 seconds to go. That should be all. Oppie can ice it here, make it a for sure 2-possession game.
They were hoping to avoid fouling Judah, but he was just too fast to the ball.
He's everywhere.
There seems to be a powwow going on the sideline with the SAR players. Some last words of wisdom.
Oppenheimer knocks down the first 5-point game. SAR does not look that hyped, but I think they know that a real test is coming up on February 27th against Mag and David. That'll be a tight one.
It'll definitely be a good game. Everyone should come help support them, and hopefully we'll have more fans than at this game.
Definitely. And 3, 2, 1. And SAR is moving on to the next round. They get the playoff win against JEC. What a game. Leo Heller, definitely the MVP tonight with 20 points, I believe. Thanks, refs. It's been a great game.
You did a wonderful job, refs, today. We've got to thank them for their, they're out here all the time working hard. We've got J. Lou, always here. We really have a great crew here.
Really appreciated doing the game with you tonight. If this is it, Sting Nation, what a ride it's been. I started as a boy in the booth, and I left as a man.
You know, we should all take a second to just honor Micah and everything he's done for the broadcasting program. He really started when it was just a little idea, and he took it to what it is today. So thank you, Micah, for your service.
Yeah, it's really been a pleasure. Appreciate everyone that's helped make this dream possible. Ian, you did great tonight. So that should be all. J-Lou left the vicinity, so me and Adira have no idea when this broadcast is going to be over. So I'll ask you a question, Adira.
Sure, Micah.
What do you think was the best thing SAR did tonight?
I think that really what jump-started this win was that they started shooting with confidence at the beginning, and they sort of made JEC a little bit nervous, and I think that JEC could just never come back from that early lead.
Yeah, definitely. I think SAR actually led the entire game. That's not something we normally see, especially with these close games.
That is true, and you know, they kept it a nail-biter, kept it interesting for all of our viewers, and we got to appreciate them for that.
Definitely. We got Ms. Cloud here, Judaic Studies teacher at SAR, a very important person here, so just want to give her a little shout-out, my 9th grade Tanakh teacher, Anna Dira. It's actually
that is true. How we
where
met,
we became so close, so thank you, Ms. Cloud.
And Ms. Clout's been known to bring her children to the games. It's a real morale booster when you just get to see her kids on the sideline. And hopefully they'll be making an appearance on Tuesday night. So, just a little bit into the future, we have our semifinal game against Ramaz on Tuesday night.
At the Hive?
That is true. So we'd love for everyone to come out and support us. It's our last home game ever, so it's a big deal.
Just as Oppie probably had his last game at the Hive, another legend, Adira Orbach, will have hers, so everyone better be out there. Hopefully I could be back in the booth, even though I've been saying that this is my last game. But we'll see what we can do.
It's a little emotional. I'd love to have Micah there.
So we got Josh Dietz walking over, father of Zach Dietz, father of champions tonight. Would you like an interview?
Would you like to say something to our viewers? He would not like to say something.
I appreciate that.
We love our JEC fans, as well as our SAR friends.
Josh Dietz has reported that me and Adira's broadcast has gone over very well in the Yeshiva League.
It's really good to hear.
We're not surprised, but we appreciate it.
That is true. All right, I think.
All right.
That is true.
Yeah, Adira made some really vulgar comments about Zach tonight.
I would just like to say to everyone still watching the game, I mispronounced Zach Dietz's name. He really goes by Zachy. So I apologize to all of our viewers out there. So if you ever see him, please refer to him as Zachy.
Definitely.